Put your hands in the air if you are attending your very first poetry reading. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
That's a beautiful question. Did you hear the question? The question was, as someone myself who understands pain and difficulty and sometimes gets trapped in, think of it as a hole in a log, and what happens if you stay there too long and you're afraid to come out, but you know you need to come out. This is always the most difficult thing. And also, the beautiful, I use the word beauty in ways I think people find startling, because I think what is beautiful contains both what is pretty and what is ugly. Because something to be truly beautiful, it has to have the potential to transform. So here's what I would give you two answers. The first is a general answer, and the second I will make it a little bit more specific. If you know anything about Christianity, then you know about Jesus' crucifixion, yes? So you understand this idea that here is what you can think of as a creature of sublimeness, like a creature of divinity. And this creature has to subject itself to this journey, this very difficult journey. So the journey from when Pilate sort of condemns Jesus through the streets is absolute torture. In fact, if you've seen Game of Thrones, the shame scene, you have to imagine that Jesus was the first shame scene, right? He has to lug his own cross up there, then he's nailed to it, and he has all this power that he can't use it, and then he has to die, and then he goes to hell for 3 days before he can resurrect. And so the mystery of all of that stuff is sort of an explanation for life, which is that we all have to go through the journey of the grotesque in order to attain grace, right? In order to be able to even claim the sublime. So here's the thing about hollowed out logs. Because the log is hollowed out, it's already rotten. That's the trick of it. Once you realize that the log itself, in order for it to be hollow, is already rotten, it's less of a coffin and more of a blanket. And if you can just make that quick switch, then you just start with your fingernail, scratching away at the top. You don't have to do anything more than that, and just let little pricks of light fall in. And when it doesn't burn the skin anymore, find a way to slide out. But when you're coming out, be sure you've asked for someone to be there. Just as Magdalene had to meet Jesus, be sure to ask for someone to be there, so that when you come out of the log, you get an embrace. Does that help? This is a verse from the Holy Ifa book called Ogbewate. So first I'll do it in Yoruba, and then I'll give a rough translation. Leke leke, obi wori yerenture, adefa fun baba agbala kodi, nígbà tí mo fojo kò rẹ́ni bá rẹ́ni, wọ́n ní kó robo. Ìfanikúnikú o, mo ti di baba àgbà lákòdì ni mo wá o. Ìgbà ọdún lẹ́ni níkúníkú, mo ti di baba àgbà lákòdì ni mo wá o. Ìgbà ọdún lẹ́ni níkúníkú, mo ti di baba àgbà lákòdì ni mo wá. Elegantly and beautifully does the egret make its way through the mud, the crest on its head bobbing yerenture, was divined for the man who wanted to be the father of the inner shrine, to know the deepest secrets of the universe. And if I said to him, oh, it's so easy, behold the cattle egret. It stalks through the mud and remains pure all the time. Even if it spends 200 years in the mud, it will always break for light. And when it does, there is no mud on it. It is always pure. This is how we remain eternal. This is how we remain deathless. Always break for light. Carry no impurity, even if you live in it for 200 years.
Thank you so much, Chris Abani.